hit Stone Ridge or what kind of pine wood box I end up in. Feel just like I'm living someone else's life.
For years, Blake Shelton has been one of country music's biggest names, a star on the stage, a household face on The Voice, and someone the public has watched grow, laugh, and occasionally stumble. But behind the smiles and the music, rumors have followed him relentlessly. Speculation about his relationships, his marriage, relational, and his personal life has swirled for years, leaving fans to wonder, what is really true? Now, at 48, Blake Shelton has finally decided to speak openly, not to deny, not to argue, but to confront the whispers head-on. What he shared isn't scandalous. It isn't explosive, but it is deeply revealing. He spoke about the pressures of fame, the exhaustion of constant speculation, and the reality of maintaining a relationship under the microscope. This isn't just a confession about personal matters. It's a glimpse into what it means to live life in public, to navigate a career that demands perfection, and to protect what matters most while the world watches. By the end of this video, you'll understand the man behind the headlines, someone far more real, far more human, and far more honest than the rumors ever suggested. Blake Shelton's life has always been under public scrutiny. From the early days of his career when his songs climbed the country charts, to becoming a beloved coach on The Voice, Shelton's every move has been watched and analyzed. With fame comes attention, both positive and negative, and Blake has long faced the challenge of balancing his personal life with the public's curiosity. The rumors surrounding him weren't just casual gossip. They became a constant backdrop to his professional success, shaping how fans and media interpreted his every action. For years, speculation about Blake's personal life persisted. Headlines and online chatter questioned the stability of his relationships, particularly his marriage to Gwen Stefani. Rumors suggested tension caused by busy schedules, differing lifestyles, and even unverified claims about separations. While fans adored the couple, they also eagerly dissected any perceived distance or conflict, often reading too much into ordinary situations. The intensity of this scrutiny was exhausting. Even for someone used to the spotlight, Blake Shelton has never been one to court controversy. But the persistent speculation began to take a toll. What many didn't see was the pressure that came with living under the public eye. Every social media post, interview, and public appearance carried weight. The man who delivered humor and charisma on stage was privately navigating stress, fatigue, and the challenge of protecting his personal life from invasive scrutiny. Rather than confront every rumor individually, Blake took a different approach. He realized that constant denial or silence only fueled curiosity, and that the endless cycle of speculation could be damaging to both his relationships and his mental well-being. Speaking generally, rather than targeting each story, allowed him to control the narrative while remaining authentic. The turning point came as Blake reflected on how these rumors affected his marriage and family life. He admitted in interviews that the constant attention made it difficult to maintain normalcy. Even routine aspects of life, such as travel schedules or quiet moments at home, were subject to interpretation. By finally addressing the rumors, he gave fans insight into the reality behind the headlines, that the everyday challenges of marriage and life in the public eye are often exaggerated when filtered through media. Speculation. Blake's decision to confront. The rumors marked a significant moment in his career. It was an acknowledgement that fame comes with responsibilities beyond performance, that maintaining honesty with fans, while protecting personal boundaries, is essential. This moment of openness reflects maturity and a desire to shift focus from speculation to reality, allowing his true experiences to be understood on his terms. Ultimately, Blake Shelton's story reminds us that celebrity lives are often more complex than they appear. The man behind the music, the television persona, and the public appearances is someone who faces real challenges just like anyone else. By choosing to speak openly about the impact of rumors, he showed not vulnerability for attention, but courage in reclaiming his narrative. Blake Shelton's relationship with Gwen Stefani has always been at the center of public attention. From the moment their romance became known, fans and media alike scrutinized every detail, from vacations to award shows, from interviews to social media posts. While many celebrated their love, others speculated endlessly, suggesting that fame and contrasting lifestyles might drive a wedge between them. These rumors, persistent over the years, created pressure that few outside the couple could truly understand. For Blake, the challenge was twofold. On one hand, he wanted to share glimpses of his life to connect with fans, as he always has through his music and appearances. On the other, he needed to protect the private, intimate aspects of his marriage. Navigating this balance became a daily struggle. Every headline, every comment felt amplified, sometimes distorting reality, sometimes creating tension where none existed. The couple learned quickly that the world often interprets normal relationship dynamics as dramatic conflict. Blake's confession about these rumors wasn't about scandal. It was about reality. He spoke about the exhaustion of living under constant speculation and how the pressure sometimes made everyday moments feel invasive. Even simple things, like scheduling time together or enjoying quiet family moments, became fodder for speculation. By addressing the rumors, he shed light on the often misunderstood side of life in the public eye. The key to managing these pressures, Blake revealed, was honesty, not in exposing every detail, but in acknowledging that challenges exist. He emphasized that no relationship is perfect, and that the notion of a flawless celebrity romance is unrealistic. By framing the conversation this way, he invited fans to see him not as a distant superstar, but as a human being dealing with the same realities of marriage, communication, and compromise that everyone faces. Blake also highlighted the importance of trust and mutual respect within his relationship. Gwen Stefani, equally in the public eye, has navigated similar scrutiny, and together they developed a system to maintain their connection despite constant attention. Their partnership is rooted in understanding and support, allowing them to thrive even when external pressures intensify. This perspective reinforces a critical point. Rumors often exaggerate situations, but the reality is grounded in love, commitment, and teamwork. Another aspect Blake addressed was the effect of fame on mental and emotional well-being. Being constantly observed can make it difficult to relax, to be vulnerable, or to simply enjoy life without judgment. By speaking openly, he highlighted how public perception can sometimes distort private reality, creating unnecessary stress for both individuals in a relationship. His confession was an attempt to clarify this disconnect, reminding fans that speculation does not define the truth. Ultimately, Blake's openness reflects a broader lesson about celebrity life. Fame may amplify visibility, but it does not erase human complexity. Addressing the rumors allowed him to reclaim the narrative, not to prove anyone wrong, but to present an honest picture of life, love, and the challenges that accompany public attention. In doing so, he showed that transparency, patience, and communication are crucial in managing both personal relationships and public perception. By choosing to stop denying and start discussing reality, Blake Shelton set an example of maturity and integrity. It wasn't about headlines or controversy. It was about showing that even under intense scrutiny, honesty, resilience, and partnership can endure. His words remind fans that the stories behind the rumors are often far more nuanced than anyone outside the relationship could imagine. Blake Shelton's career has always been demanding. Rising to fame as a country singer brought its own pressures: relentless touring, recording, award shows, and media appearances. Becoming a household name on The Voice added another layer, millions of viewers watching, analyzing, and commenting on his every word and action. Fame can be intoxicating, but it can also be exhausting. For Blake, the challenge wasn't just about performing. It was about navigating the constant scrutiny while remaining authentic to himself. The rumors surrounding his personal life only intensified these pressures. Every interview, every social media post, and even casual interactions with fans could be dissected and interpreted through a speculative lens. Blake admitted that this level of attention can be mentally draining. What others might see as minor or routine moments, taking a day off, changing a schedule, or a subtle comment, often sparked speculation that created stress and distraction. He realized that silence sometimes allowed these narratives to grow unchecked. Addressing the rumors openly was a deliberate choice. Blake understood that denying every story individually would never end the cycle. Instead, he spoke about the larger context that life under public scrutiny is complicated, and that the media often amplifies ordinary challenges into dramatic narratives. By sharing his perspective, he invited fans to understand that reality is more nuanced than headlines suggest. The public's perception of celebrity often overlooks the human element. Blake's confession emphasized this point. He spoke about the difficulty of balancing career obligations with personal well-being and relationships. For someone who has spent decades building his career and cultivating a public persona, admittedly, negotiation between professional expectations and personal truth. Blake also reflected on the impact of rumors on decision-making. Media speculation can subtly influence choices, whether it's in relationships, career moves, or how one presents oneself publicly. Recognizing this influence allowed him to set boundaries, choosing which stories to address, which to ignore, and how to maintain his mental and emotional health amid constant observation. Transparency became a tool for reclaiming control over his life and narrative. Importantly, Blake's approach was rooted in honesty, not sensationalism. He didn't need to reveal every detail or justify private moments. Instead, he framed his response to demonstrate maturity and perspective. By addressing the underlying pressures of fame and public scrutiny, he shifted the conversation from rumor to reality, highlighting the challenges that even highly successful people face when living in the spotlight. Fans responded to this openness with a mix of relief and admiration. Many appreciated that he wasn't engaging in a dramatic fight or over-explaining, but rather speaking with thoughtfulness and clarity. It became evident that the rumors had never reflected the truth of his personal life. They were, instead, a reflection of public fascination and the media's appetite for drama. By acknowledging this, Blake allowed his audience to see the human experience behind the celebrity image. Ultimately, Blake Shelton's decision to stop denying and start addressing the rumors demonstrates a vulnerability and strength. It's a reminder that fame doesn't eliminate real challenges, it magnifies them. And navigating that amplification with honesty, integrity, and perspective is a testament to his character, both as an artist and as a person. By taking control of the narrative, Blake has turned years of speculation into a teaching moment. That life in the spotlight requires not just talent, but resilience, self-awareness, and the courage to speak truthfully about the pressures fame imposes. As Blake Shelton reflected on the years of speculation, one thing became clear: the rumors were never the story. The story was how he and Gwen Stefani navigated life under constant observation while maintaining their relationship, careers, and personal identities. Speaking openly at 48 was not a confession of scandal, but a reflection of growth, perspective, and the realities of being in the public eye. Blake emphasized that relationships are never immune to challenges, and that fame often exaggerates ordinary moments into something that seems extraordinary. The normal ups and downs of life, miscommunications, busy schedules, small disagreements are amplified when millions of people are watching and commenting. By addressing this, Blake reminded fans that celebrity life is complex, nuanced, and human, not a series of scripted headlines. The impact of this openness extends beyond perception. It gives his audience a chance to see him as a real person, someone who struggles, reflects, and learns. It also highlights the importance of boundaries. Fame may make one highly visible, but it does not eliminate the need for private space, understanding, and trust within a relationship. Blake and Gwen have cultivated that space carefully, proving that communication and shared values are stronger than rumor and speculation. Blake's honesty also serves as a broader lesson about navigating public life. Instead of becoming defensive or engaging in endless denials, he chose to frame the narrative on his own terms. By explaining the pressures of fame and the challenges of balancing personal life with career obligations, he humanized himself, showing that resilience is not about perfection but about managing challenges thoughtfully and intentionally. Fans who once wondered about his marriage now see that the real story is one of stability, commitment, and mutual support. Blake's approach demonstrates that even under intense scrutiny, relationships can thrive when nurtured with respect, communication, and honesty. The rumors, once a source of tension, now underscore the strength it takes to maintain authenticity in the spotlight. This moment in Blake's life is also about personal growth. Speaking out required vulnerability, self-awareness, and confidence. It required him to acknowledge not just the speculation, but how it affected him emotionally, mentally, and relationally. By doing so, he has reframed public perception, not with headlines, but with truth. In the end, what makes this compelling isn't gossip or drama. It's the reminder that behind the fame, accolades, and performances, Blake Shelton is a human being, navigating challenges, making decisions, and living life with intention. His story shows that honesty, communication, and courage can overcome the distortions of rumor and speculation, turning a lifetime of scrutiny into a narrative of integrity and resilience. Blake's journey reminds us that celebrity does not mean invincibility. It means living under observation and learning to protect what matters most. By confronting rumors at 48, he has shown fans that honesty is not weakness, that vulnerability is not failure, and that choosing truth over pretense is the path to lasting personal and relational strength. Ultimately, Blake Shelton's confession is not about what the public thought happened. It's about what actually matters: love, honesty, growth, and the courage to live authentically in a world that constantly wants to write your story for you. And in doing so, he has set an example for how to navigate life, relationships, and fame with integrity.